So in this lecture, I would like to discuss about the electronic spectra of the complexes. So what is the electronic spectra? We know that one of the important feature of transition metal complexes is that they are having the color property. Most of the complexes of the transition metal ions are colored. For example, an aqueous solution of cobalt second, that is this COS262 plus CO an aqueous solution of cobalt second, that is octahedral complex COS262 plus, it is having the pink color. 6 water molecules are bonded to the cobalt. It is having the pink color. Oxidation state of the cobalt, it is 2 plus here. But the tetrahedral complex of the same metal ion, same oxidation state, it is having the blue color. Geometry will be changed, and therefore color of the complex will be changed. Similarly, aqueous solution of nickel second, that is NiS2O6, it is green in color, but its amine complex, it is blue, NiNS362 plus. So why these changes are observed? These colors are associated with the absorption of electromagnetic radiation. The transition metal ion shows the colored properties because of there is an absorption of the electromagnetic radiation in the visible region. We studied the color property of the substance in the visible region of the electromagnetic radiation. It means the color of the complex is related to the magnitude of spacing or energy gap between the energy levels. As there is an electronic transition, it means that electrons can be transferred from one energy level to the other energy level. As there is electronic transition, so electron can be transferred from one energy level to the other energy level, and this energy gap depends upon the number of factors like geometry of the complex, nature of the ligand. Okay. So therefore, related to the metal complexes, electronic spectra of the complexes can provide very important information about the bonding as well as structure of the complex. On the basis of the electronic spectra of the complexes, we can explain the bonding and structure of the complexes. So this is about the origin of electronic spectra related to the metal complexes. So electrons absorb a definite amount of energy. As there is an electronic transition is takes place, so the radiations are absorbed by the electrons, and that electrons are promoted from one energy level to the another energy level. And such electronic transitions are require the high energy, and that much energy is available in the visible region. So generally in the electronic spectra of the complexes, the electromagnetic radiations require that are from visible region, that are from visible region. We know that in a molecule, vibrational and rotational transitions are also takes place. Okay. In addition to this, vibrational and rotational transition of electrons, it is also takes place. But the vibrational and rotational levels of electrons are too close in energy to be resolved into separate absorption bands. and particularly the electronic absorption bands in DD spectra can be explained. DD spectra can be explained. Now, how the spectra can be determined? How the spectrum of colored solution can be measured? So the spectrum of the colored solution can be measured with the help of the spectrophotometer. Spectrophotometer, it is a device, it is an instrument to give the spectra of the complex. A beam of monochromatic light obtained by using a prism, and it will be passed through the narrow slit on the solution or through the solution. Okay, and later on that light radiations are transmitted. Okay, on a photo transmitted to the photoelectric cell. In that spectrophotometer there is a photoelectric cell which detect the radiation, transmitted radiation, and which also measure the amount of the light absorbed. We know colorimeter, we know spectrophotometer. We keep the sample into the colorimeter or spectrophotometer solution. The visible radiations are absorbed and some of the radiations are transmitted. So according to that, we can measure the absorbed radiation or transmitted radiation. So we know that the amount of the light absorbed at any particular frequency can be read and the absorbance A can be measured. We measure the absorbance on the spectrophotometer or on the colorimeter and we obtain the graph. Graph of absorbance versus the frequency of the radiation, or graph of absorbance versus the wavelength of the radiation, that is known to us. Suppose if I0 is the intensity of the incident radiation and I is the intensity after passing through the solution, then we know this relation very well. Log of I0 upon IT or log of I0 upon I, it is equal to A. What is absorbance? Absorbance is nothing but log of I0 upon I. Okay. Absorbance, it is equal to log of I0 upon I. So according to this absorbance, we can determine the molar absorption coefficient epsilon. Okay. So this molar absorption coefficient, it is calculated by using this equation. We know this equation very well. Absorbance, it is equal to epsilon into C into L. This is the Lambert's-Beer's law combined. So epsilon, it is the molar extinction coefficient. So it is equal to A upon C into L, where C is the concentration of the solution and L is the path length. C is the concentration of the solution, which is having the unit moles per decimeter cube, and L is the path length in the centimeter. So this is known to us. Okay. Now for a colored solution, suppose that copper sulfate solution, which is a colored solution, the absorption band in the electronic spectrum is characterized by the wavelength at which the absorption is maximum. We can determine the lambda max value. Okay. And the molar extinction coefficient at this wavelength, it is epsilon max. Okay. According to this, we can determine the molar extinction coefficient. In spectrophotometry, already we aware about this. Okay. And we also determine the lambda max. Okay. So in electronic spectra of the complexes, we can measure the absorbance of the solution. Absorbance of the solution at particular wavelength. Okay. So it means that the absorption spectra of the complexes or electronic spectra of the complexes is known to us. What is the requirement? Spectrophotometer. And on the spectrophotometer, we can keep the solution. We can place the solution. We can measure the absorbance of the solution at the particular wavelength. Okay. So this is the origin of the electronic spectra of the complexes. Now let us going to be discuss the types of electronic transitions. Types of electronic transitions. So it is clear that electronic transitions are takes place. Electronic transitions are takes place from one energy level to the other energy level. And where these electronic transitions are takes place? These electronic transitions are takes place in metal complexes. Such type of the electronic transitions are takes place in the metal complexes. So in metal complexes, there is a absorbance of the radiations. And we can determine the absorbance A for that particular complex by changing the concentration of the solution. So let us going to be discuss now the types of electronic transitions. A complex can show absorption. A complex can show absorption bands, particularly in the UV region, visible region, infrared region, and hence there are different types of the electronic transitions. The electronic transitions are takes place in the UV region also, ultraviolet region. The same electronic transition, it is also possible in the visible region also. So according to this, there are three types of the electronic transitions. So let us going to discuss the three types of the electronic transitions. Okay, let us understand now what are the electronic transitions. First type of the electronic transition is that intrametal transitions, among the metal, in the metal, intrametal transition, or it is also called as DD transition. Okay, DD transition. The transition that occurs between the splitted d orbital. In crystal field theory, we know that d orbitals are splitted into the two energy groups, T2g and EG orbitals. So particularly in the metal complexes, the transitions that occurs between the splitted d levels of the central atom are called DD transition. This is already known to us. Okay, the two orbitals, 2d orbitals, such as T2g orbital and EG orbital. So the electronic transition will be takes place here from this to this. Okay, so such type of the transition, it is called as a DD transition. These are transitions occur in the near infrared, visible and ultraviolet region. Such type of the transitions are occurs in near infrared, visible or ultraviolet region. But some of the DD transitions occur beyond both the ends of this range. Now the molar extinction coefficient values, it is around 10 raised to 2 for such DD transitions. 10 raised to 2 per mole decimeter cube per centimeter. This is the unit of the molar extinction coefficient. Molar extinction coefficient per mole decimeter cube per centimeter, epsilon value. Molar extinction coefficient, it is around 10 raised to 2 for such a DD transition. And mostly these DD transitions are takes place in the visible region. So these DD transitions are responsible for great variety of colors found in transition metal complexes. We know that transition metal complexes are color complexes. They are showing the color property. Why they are showing the color property? Because due to the effect of the ligand, the d orbitals of the transition metal ions are splitted into the two groups. And this is the splitting of the d orbitals in the octahedral complex. So the d orbitals are divided into the two groups, lower T2g orbital, higher EG orbital. lower T2G orbital and higher energy EG orbital, and this is the energy gap between the T2G orbital and EG orbital. So on the basis of the CFT, DD transitions are considered to be totally localized within the central metal ion, because d orbitals are belongs to the central metal ion. But according to the molecular orbital theory, these are transitions arising due to the excitation of the electrons from one molecular orbital to the other molecular orbital. That is, I think, T2G to EG star orbital. Okay. So the DD transitions are takes place according to the CFT or according to the MOT from one d orbital to the another d orbital. Let us take the example here. For D1 configuration, there is a one electron. So one DD transition is possible. One DD transition is possible. See here, one electron. This is the example of the complex TiS2O6. This is the example of the complex where such a transition takes place. It is hexaecotitanium third ion. So in this complex ion, titanium 3 plus ion, it is having the configuration 3d1. So one electron is there, d1. So that will be goes to the T2G orbital. And when this complex ion will absorb the wavelength of the radiation corresponds to 500 nanometer, then this electron is promoted from T2G orbital to the higher EG orbital, or T2G energy level to the EG energy level. And this is called as a DD transition. Okay. So this type of the transition is known to us. And that's why we know that hexaecotitanium 3 plus ion has a violet color. Hexaecotitanium 3 plus ion has a violet color. It will absorb the radiation of wavelength of 500 nanometer, belongs to the color yellow and green color, and the transmitted light radiation has a mixture of blue and red color. So this complex has a violet color. So this is known to us. But actually, DD transitions can be best studied by considering the ground term. We know the DD transition, but when we are talking about the electronic spectra of the complexes, then the DD transitions can be best explained by ground term of the metal ion. So we have to find out the ground term of the metal ion here. We have to find out the ground term, that is also called as a spectroscopic term for the particular metal ion. For example, titanium 3 plus ion, it is now having configuration 3d1. Then we should aware about the ground term for this. Okay, spectroscopic term for this metal ion. And actually, what is the ground term? Ground term describe the electronic arrangement of an atom at lowest energy level. Ground means at a lowest energy level. Ground term describe the electronic arrangement of an atom its lowest energy level. Under the influence of the crystal field, the ground term of the metal ion splits into number of the component terms. These component terms are involved in electronic transitions. Previously, we know that what is electronic transition? This is the electronic transition from T2G orbital to EG orbital. But in the spectroscopy, the DD transitions can be best studied by considering the ground term. Forget the previous DD transition, T2G to EG orbital. Now let us concentrate onto the ground term of the metal ion. So we are going to find out the ground term of the metal ion. And what is the ground term? The ground term describe the electronic arrangement of atom. Okay, later on we find out the ground term here which describe the electronic arrangement of atom at lowest energy level, and under the influence of the crystal field, the ground term of the metal ion, it is splitted into the component terms, and these component terms are involved in the electronic transitions. So it means that we should be aware about the ground term and how that ground term it is splitted now into the component terms, and how the transitions are takes place in that component terms. That transition it is called as the electronic transitions, because we are talking about the electronic transitions. Okay, so this is the first type of the transition, intrametal transition or DD transition. Okay. Now let us going to be discuss the second type of the transition, charge transfer transition or charge transfer spectra. Always in the complexes DD transitions are takes place, so we cannot forget the DD transition. But in addition to that, in complexes the charge transfer transitions are takes place. These charge transfer transitions are also called as CT transitions. Charge transfer transitions, it is also called as a CT transitions. We are going to be discuss here the types of electronic transitions. First one it is DD transition, second one it is charge transfer transition or CT transition. So what is a CT transition? So charge transfer spectra consists of a intense band as compared to the DD transition. It is more intense bands, as complexes involving such spectra are intense color, means dark color. Those complexes we are showing the charge transfer transitions or charge transfer spectra, that complexes are showing the intense color, means dark color. Charge transfer transitions involve, so what is a charge transfer transition, what is a CT transitions? Involve migration of electron or electrons from ligand orbital to metal orbital, ligand orbital to metal orbital or vice versa. Okay, in DD transition only transitions are takes place between the two d orbitals, and that d orbitals are corresponds to the metal. There is no role of the ligand. But in charge transfer transitions there is a migration of electron or electrons from ligand orbital to the metal orbital or metal orbital to the ligand orbital. It means ligand orbitals are going to participate here in the transition. So that is more effective. Okay. So according to this, there are two types of the CT transitions, charge transfer transitions. And in this case, molar extinction coefficient values are increases 10 raised to 2 to 10 raised to 4. DD transition is having only 10 raised to 2 molar extinction coefficient value. Okay. But in this case, 10 raised to 2 to 10 raised to 4 for CT transitions. So first type of the CT transition, it is ligand to metal charge transfer transition. Ligand to metal charge transfer transition. You can see here ligand to metal charge transfer transitions, or it is also called as LMCT transitions. LMCT. So what is the LMCT transition? The transition of electrons that occur from, we are talking about the electronic transition. So always electronic transitions will be takes place. So how it will be takes place? The transition of electrons that occur from molecular orbital located primarily on the ligands. This will be in this way, ligand to metal charge transfer transition. So transition of electrons that occur from molecular orbital located on the ligands, means in the ligand orbitals that electrons are there, to non-bonding or anti-bonding molecular orbital located primarily on the metal atom. In the metal atom, there is a non-bonding orbital, there is anti-bonding orbital. So from ligand orbital to the metal non-bonding or anti-bonding molecular orbital, this type of the transitions are takes place. Okay, try to understand once again. Transition of electrons that occur from molecular orbital located primarily onto the ligand to non-bonding or anti-bonding molecular orbital located onto the metal atom called ligand to metal charge transfer transitions. From ligand to metal, the transitions are takes place there. Okay. So let us take the example, the complexes of the transition metals with higher oxidation states. You can see here, that is Mn plus 7, chromium plus 6, higher oxidation state. Such complexes are showing the LMCT transitions from ligand to metal. Metal is having higher oxidation state. So from the metal, the electrons goes to the, from the ligand, the electrons goes to the metal. Okay, suppose that, let us consider the ligand cyano. It will transfer its electron to the metal, manganese. Okay, what happens here? The oxidation state of the metal get reduces. Okay, Mn plus 7 is here, so it will be Mn plus 6. So such a transitions are called as LMCT transitions. So what happens here? These transitions involve reduction of central metal ion. Reduction of central metal ion, which acts as the oxidizing agent by the ligand, and ligand is acts as a reducing agent, and we know that ligands are donating the electron. Ligands are giving their electrons to the metal. Okay, because ligands are having the electrons, so in LMCT transition what happens here? Ligand to metal transition, and metal it is in the higher oxidation state. So reduction, for example, Mn plus 7 accept the electron from the ligand, it will be reduces to Mn plus 6. So oxidation state of the metal manganese will be reduces to manganese plus 6. Okay, it means that this is manganese plus 7, it is acts as the oxidizing agent, accept the electron, converted to Mn plus 6, and ligands who are giving the electrons acts as a reducing agent. Okay, so this type of transition we cannot explain on the basis of the CFT. Okay, it will be explained on the basis of the molecular orbital theory. So try to understand. For example, the intense purple color of this potassium permanganate, all of you know, potassium permanganate KMnO4. Potassium permanganate KMnO4, it is having the intense purple color, very dark color. Why that dark color is there? Because it involves CT transition. From this oxygen, LMCT transition is there. Electron from this goes to the manganese, and that's why it is having the intense purple color, means dark color. Yellow color of CDS, cadmium sulfide, red color of mercuric sulfide are the result of the LMCT transitions. So try to understand about this. In LMCT transition, the electron from the ligand goes to the metal orbital. In which metal orbital? Non-bonding or anti-bonding orbital. Okay, so this is about LMCT transitions, ligand to metal charge transfer transitions. Second type, metal to ligand charge transfer transitions, MLCT transitions. MLCT, metal to ligand. So what is MLCT transition? The transition of electrons that occur from, now from metal to ligand. These transitions are occur from metal to ligand. Okay. metal orbital to the ligand orbital. Okay. The transition of electrons that occur from non-bonding or anti-bonding molecular orbital located primarily on the metal. Non-bonding or anti-bonding. That orbital, it is located on the metal. Okay. And to anti-bonding orbital located primarily on the ligand, because anti-bonding orbital is empty orbital. Okay. Therefore, the electrons can be electrons can be transferred there. Electrons goes to the anti-bonding orbital. Okay. Anti-bonding orbitals are empty. But generally, bonding orbitals are filled with the electrons. So in this case, in metal to ligand charge transfer transition of electrons that takes place from non-bonding or anti-bonding molecular orbital on the metal atom to the anti-bonding orbital of the ligand. So such a transition, it is called as metal to ligand charge transfer transition. Where these transitions are occurs, these transitions are mainly involved, okay, reduction of the ligand by the central metal. The complexes of transition metals with lower oxidation states, particularly Fe2 plus cobalt 2 plus. The complexes of metal ions Fe2 plus and cobalt 2 plus usually shows MLCT transitions, because in this case oxidation state of the metal ion is low. Okay, so they can give the electron, they will be oxidized. Fe2 plus is converted to Fe3 plus, and that electron goes to the ligand. MLCT transition. The metal possesses lower oxidation state here, you can see, and hence it behaves as a reducing agent because it donates electron now. Okay, reducing agent means electron donor, and undergoes oxidation. Itself it get oxidized. Itself it get oxidized as like of this. You can see Fe2 plus gives electron Fe3 plus. Okay, so the electron which is released here goes to the ligand. Okay, so this is called as metal to ligand transition, MLCT transition. So the ligand behaves as now here oxidizing agent because they accept the electron and undergo reduction. Okay. So such transitions are particularly shown by Fe2 plus ion and cobalt 2 plus ion. And one important thing is that in these both the transitions, where it is LMCT transition or it is MLCT transition, the charge transfer bands are much more intense compared to DD transitions. DD transition, the spectra are broad as like of this. I would like to show this. DD transition, the spectra is broad as like of this, not a intense. 1 minute. If we plot the graph of absorbance versus wavelength, lambda or frequency, the DD transition spectra is as like of this. Okay, but the charge transfer transition, it will be like this, intense, like this, sharp, much more intense compared to DD transitions. Okay, for example, metal complexes of this 2,2- bipyridine 110 phenanthroline shows MLCT transitions. Okay, such a ligand accept the electron from the metal 110 phenanthroline, so MLCT transitions are possible. Okay, now the third type of the transition, that is intra-ligand transition. This is more interesting one. We know intra-metal transition, that is DD transition. We know LMCT transition, means charge transfer transition, ligand to metal. MLCT transition, metal to ligand. Now intra-ligand transition, this is also called as IL transition. IL. Okay, the transition of electrons from one ligand orbital to the another ligand orbital. In between the ligands, such type of the transitions are takes place. No metal is involved. Intra-ligand transitions. Okay, The transition of electrons from one ligand orbital to the another ligand orbital are called intra-ligand transitions. This is also the electronic transition. These transitions usually occur in the UV region. This is most important, not occurs in the visible region. UV region means higher energy. Now the molar extinction coefficient values are greater than 10 raised to 4 or equal to 10 raised to 4. The intraligand transitions bands can be easily separated from the equally intense charge transfer bands. Okay, there is no metal, so they are not much affected by the other ligands. But the molar extinction coefficient value, it is greater than 10 raised to 4 for such intraligand transitions. You can see here. Okay, so there are three types of the transitions we have been discussed here. DD transition, that is intrametal transition. Charge transfer transition, there are two types, LMCT and MLCT. Now third one, it is intraligand. In between the ligand the transitions are takes place. But one important thing is that the molar extinction coefficient value, it is greater than 10 raised to 4. Okay, so try to understand about this. Now the intraligand transitions are shows the molar extinction coefficient values more than the other two transitions. It is shown here, intraligand 10 raised to 4, charge transfer 10 raised to 2 to 10 raised to 4. These are the epsilon values. DD transition lower 10 raised to 2. Okay, let us see in this table, it is summarized here. Intrametal transitions occur in particularly in the visible region. Visible region, it is not from 100 to, this is UV region, but visible region it is 400 to 700. Epsilon 10 raised to 2. Okay, charge transfer transitions occur in the UV region, MLCT or LMCT. Okay, example LMCT KMNO4, MLCT epiphenanthrolene. Intraligand transitions occur in the UV region. Okay, remember this, epsilon value 10 raised to 4. All ligand to ligand transitions, L to L. These transitions are L to L transitions, ligand to ligand transitions. So this is about different types of the electronic transitions. Different types of the electronic transitions. There are three types of the electronic transitions. There are three types of the electronic transitions.